Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is January 14th, and right now we are looking at the visible satellite imagery here. And you can see you got the Sierra Nevada. You kind of see that new snow across it right there. And kind of nice looking here as we continue to bring some of this northwesterly flow down across the state here. Going to get a little bit of a break here, but then we have some systems returning. We're going to go over that information as we go through the video here today. We'll also check out some of that snow water equivalent across the higher terrain, and we'll take a look at some of the local forecast stuff here in a moment, including this peak wind gust today, continuing to some of this gusty wind across some of the higher terrain of Southern California. You can see means like around 50 miles per hour. You can see some of these westerly winds all the way down towards the California-Mexico border also. And this is this day in SoCal weather history. Check it out. January 14th, 1990 and 93 had a water spout. Did some damage there to 5 boats. In 1993, an F1 tornado struck Buena Park. They're blowing out some windows and downing trees. So interesting stuff there. Great stuff from the National Weather Service San Diego. Take a look at the high transportation. There's some fog into the valley areas. That includes Merced, and you can see down towards Hanford here as well. And it may include I-5 at times as well. This goes on in through tomorrow morning, so heads up for that, traveling back and forth. This is the strong wind gusts ongoing today. This will be wrapping up by tonight for the most part, but some portions of Santa Barbara and Ventura County could be gusty as well. The Mojave Desert slopes and maybe some gusty winds across the I-5, and that goes to about 1 p.m. this afternoon. Gusts up to 55 miles per hour. And this winter weather advisory and the winter storm warnings should be wrapping up here shortly, and still the wind advisory is ongoing here. And then we turn our eyes to the next systems rolling on in towards the west coast. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station to record all this crazy weather we get across the state of California, click on that link down below to save 10% off. I wish I had one of these when I was a child. Stores all the data for you in the cloud, all solar powered and wireless. Now take a look at the European. This is last night's run. I'm just kind of showing you guys the continued wind today, but you can see as we go through this afternoon and tonight, their gradient really starts to relax here. And then we turn our attention to the next storm systems rolling in here. And you can see the winds picking up across Northern California towards the Bay Area. Another frontal system will be rolling through as we go through Tuesday night on into Wednesday. And so we're going to be breaking down that system here over the next couple of days. And you can see the winds picking up across the Sierra Nevada and some of Southern California here as well as we go on into the day Wednesday. Now, taking a wider look at things here, we have last night's European on the left versus the GFS on the right. And you can see Washington State, California. Here's Hawaii to the bottom left. Put this into motion, and you can see the next storm system coming in here. And a pretty good agreement between the GFS and the European, bringing some rain all the way down towards the Bay Area here, and the Sierra Nevada, some snow, and maybe getting down towards past the Bay Area. But again, kind of loses its punch as it moves towards Southern California here on both models. And then we have some disagreement starting to emerge a little bit here. You can see the European is a bit stronger with that next frontal system. This would be somewhere towards the end of the week here. You're talking about Friday on into Friday night right here. But both models have the frontal system. The European a little bit more aggressive with it, and it actually brings some precipitation down towards Southern California. We'll take the national blended models here as well to see what kind of rain chances we have getting down there. And this is actually looking at it now, the national blended models. This is hot off the press. It's total precipitation in inches. And you can see as we scroll on in through Tuesday coming up here, you can see that precipitation spread across some of the Sierra Nevada. And this would be about very early Wednesday morning, about 4 a.m. And you can see the rainfall getting down towards the Bay Area, some of the Central Coast as well. And again, that first system does not have enough juice to get down towards Southern California here. But then as we go towards Friday afternoon or into Friday night, Saturday morning here, you can see some of that trying to move in during the day Saturday up for Southern California, and some pretty good rounds, a couple good rounds of precipitation again for Northern California, some of the Central Coast, if you believe the national blended models, and some pretty good amounts across the Sierra Nevada as well. And hopefully this can trend here in the next coming runs with some of the European and the GFS models also, and maybe can bring some meaningful precipitation all the way down through Southern California, because not a bad signal here looking at 200 hours out, some pretty big amounts, especially across the northern half of California. Now, looking at total snow as well, again, hot off the presses. Let's see what we have to offer here. As we go on in through Tuesday, you'll see that storm start to arrive. And again, a few inches for the Sierra Nevada, nothing too crazy there. And we are still behind with the snow water equivalent and the snow depth out there. So we really need anything we can get. But then that next system starts to roll through the weekend. And you can see, again, another round of snowfall here. Hopefully that can uptrend here. We'll be breaking that down day by day to see what the totals are going to be bringing us here. Now, taking a look at actually looked at that one already. Let's take a look at the 6 to 10. You can see with that southwesterly flow, we're going to be above average here across much of the west coast and the southwest as we go through January 23rd and the 6 to 10 day. And you can clearly see the above average for including Southern California as we go through January 23rd. So starting to increase some odds that we will get some precip down towards Southern California, but still it's a ways out there. We have to break that system down. Things can change quite rapidly at that time range. And you can see pretty good amounts across Northern California, or this isn't amounts, this is just an actual probability of above average here, but pretty good probability that we are going to be above average for the Bay Area northbound. And this is looking at the precipitation here, 24-hour. You can see the nice amounts that came all the way down towards Santa Cruz here as well. The red dot is actually 3 inches or above, and the yellow dot is like 1.3 or above here as well. And the orange is up over 2 inches. So you can see we got some pretty good precipitation amounts out there, but again, it did not get down towards Southern California. And a little bit of an underwhelming performance here with this last storm across some of the Sierra Nevada. We did get some new snow, but not a lot of it. And you can see here, this is the actual snow depth across some of the Sierra Nevada. We are behind so far this year, and you know how it goes in California, big booms and busts here as far as precipitation. So hopefully we have some nice storms coming our way here as we go on in through January, February, and March, so we can build up that snowpack so we're not dealing with such severe drought conditions across the state. We don't have any drought right now, but they can be introduced quite rapidly here, you know, if we don't start getting some precipitation down towards Southern California especially. And this is the actual change in the snow water equivalent here. You see we did bump it up here with the last storm, but again, a little bit of an underwhelming performance there with that last system. And this is avalanche danger. A nice site here if you want to check it out, the Avalanche Data Center, I believe here, avalanche.org actually. And you can see there is considerable avalanche danger. You can see up towards Mount Shasta and some of the Sierra Nevada. And you can click on this information as well. You can go off towards Utah if you're going on a ski trip, or Colorado, and it will give you pretty detailed information. You can click on the forecast there, and you can click down towards Mammoth Lakes and get the forecast there. It tells you all kinds of good information there. Highly recommend that website. But anyway, yeah, so we'll continue to break down these systems upcoming here. Hopefully we can trend a little bit wetter with them and a little bit more snow across some of the higher terrain. Looks like things are going to be above average temperature here as we go through the end portion of January. Well, we'll see how that unfolds. We continue to break it down day by day. Hope you guys are liking these videos. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.